Alright, next question. If you were in charge of DC, how would you fix the Titans in the New 52 character-wise plots, and which team members should join, and which should leave the team to have either a solo or another team? Okay, this is gonna be tough for me because it's gonna require me to think a lot. So let's start with the beginning. How would I fix the Titans in the New 52? Well, first, I would take away the idea of throwing away all their history. I feel like that is the most stupidest thing DC has ever done, ever. And that says a lot, because they have done a lot of shit in the past. But this, to be quite honest, beats the cake. Okay, why would I bring back the history? Well, because if you think about it, Teen Titans, the series, is more character-driven. And what does character-driven require? Character development. They took away 50-plus years of character development only because they wanted to bring new stuff. I feel like that's stupid, especially since it's not required to make new stuff, right? You can keep the history and also create new stuff. You don't need to throw it all away. So yeah, bring that back. Let me see. Character-wise, who would I change? Not Dick Grayson. Tim Drake's character. I feel like Scott Liddell literally destroyed Tim Drake's character, especially in that one issue that took place after Death in the Family that, you know, described Tim Drake's reaction to the death of Damian Wayne and how he's dealing with it. That entire issue pretty much destroyed Tim Drake's character. At the same time, also the origin. I really didn't like Tim Drake's origin. So I would change that back to the way how it was. It wasn't really necessary to change, I don't know, New 52, right? I would also change, I would change Raven. But just one aspect of Raven, and that's the whole, I'm evil, and then I'm good again, and then I'm evil again, and then I'm good again, and then I'm evil again, and then I'm good again. How many times has Raven been evil? I would say about like 3 or 4 times. How many times has she been reverted back to good? Maybe 5. I don't know. Pick a side already. Do we honestly need to see, oh, Raven's evil? Again. Oh no, she redeemed herself. Again. Like, seriously, I treat the whole, oh, this character turned evil the same way as I treat death. You can do it once, it's fine. When you revive that person is also fine, but when you kill that person again, it makes the first death pointless, just like making the person evil. It makes making them evil in the first place pointless because you might as well just keep this person evil if you're gonna do it again. But then again, comics, you know, comic book logic, whatever. But that's pretty much it, character-wise. I wouldn't change anybody else. For the most part, I'm pretty interested in them, except for Cassie, because, I don't know, by Cassie I mean Wonder Girl. I was never interested in Wonder Girl in the first place. The only Wonder Girl I'm interested in is Donna Troy, so I don't know, just personal preference. Plots, I wouldn't make Death in a Family have an impact on the Teen Titans. That's just me. I would also not make, you know, Raven start out as evil. I think that's just stupid, but plot is fine. Which team members would I want them to join? Let me see. Static, Blue Beetle, if he's still a teenager. If he's an adult, not so much. I wouldn't mind having Cyborg again, but then again, he's fine in the Justice League, so let's not put Cyborg, nor Starfire, especially the way how Scott Liddell has turned her into. Let me see, I'm trying to remember. If Tempest is still around, then that person. If Aqualad is still around, I don't remember because I don't read Aquaman. I only read the first 5 issues, and they were good. It's just not enough for me to read the entire series. So if Aqualad is around, then yeah, him. Jericho. I wouldn't mind seeing Jericho. Is he in the New 52? I know that he's in... Yeah, he is. He's definitely in New 52. I remember. He was in the Deathstroke series. So I wouldn't mind seeing him in there. If he's a teenager. If he's an adult, not so much. I wouldn't mind seeing Terra, but at least in a different team and not involved with Beast Boy for shipping reasons. But that's besides the point. And I think that's about it. I can't think of other members right now, but we're good with the team that we have right now. The next and last question, which should leave the team to have either a solo or another team? Let me see. Now, by other team, do you mean, like, go to a different team or create their own team? Because if it's create their own team, then I have to say either Robin, whoever Robin it is, it could be Tim Drake, Dick Grayson, or Jason Todd, whatever, just any Robin to leave the team, or Beast Boy. The reason why is because for Beast Boy, I highly do think that he's a good leader. You just got to put him with a good writer or at least a decent writer, and put him in the right situation, and he can lead his own team. So I would like to see him out of the team and create his own. I was going to say something, but it's very selfish. I'm not going to say it. It's shipping related, so that has nothing to do with what I'm going to say. But yeah, have him in a different team, lead his own team, and to me, I think he would do successful. Or you can take away Robin and put him in his own team, because I highly still believe that Teen Titans does not need a Robin in order to be a team. They just need a good leader. That's it. Just have a good leader, and that's it. We don't need Robin. I mean, what if Robin sucked? Seriously, did nobody ever thought about that? Not every Robin is actually, good at their job. I mean, look at Damian Wayne, for example, but that's just that's just opinion, right? As for solo, to be honest, I don't think anybody should have their own solo, given the fact that I prefer them to stick with their own as a team instead of solo. For example, a lot of people want Raven to be, have her own comic. I don't want to, given the fact that she suffers from the Batman syndrome, and that is she herself is not interesting. It's the people around her who is interesting. And would you imagine if you just had a comic focused on her in her room, what she does every day? I mean, it's only interesting what she does, but her herself, she's not interesting. She's kind of boring. To me, personally. Maybe to you it's interesting, but to me, I don't know. I feel like she can't have a solo because she's boring, but maybe her villains, maybe her supporting cast, shit, I just thought of another selfish thought. It's shipping related again, but her supporting cast and villains could be interesting, or maybe are going to be interesting, but her herself, I don't believe is interesting. So that's why I say I don't prefer her in her own solo, but who knows? I mean, there are other people who aren't interesting, and they do have solos, so maybe that's going to happen. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see when that happens, but that's pretty much it for that question. Hope I answered that with the best that I could. All right, next question. Do you watch Akame Got Killed? Yes and no. Yes, I've watched it. I only watched one episode, and no, I haven't watched it to the point where I would say, yes, you should watch it, or no, you shouldn't watch it. It's just not my cup of tea. I feel like Akame Got Killed is trying to be an anime version of Game of Thrones. Now, hear me out, hear me out. And what I mean by that is the whole idea where everyone just dies, or so many people die. Now, whenever somebody tells me about Game of Thrones, they always mention the death of somebody. That or the sex scenes, but that's besides the point. When somebody talks to me about Akame Got Killed, they always say, oh, look, this person died in this episode, or so many people died left and right. And to be honest, I've grown tired of it. I'm fine with shows where anyone can die, but it seems to me that so many people die that it leaves me room to care about anybody in this show. And that's all I got from that one episode that I watched. I think it was the first or second. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, I mean, and from what I heard from other people, they say people die all the time. I'm like, it's not a show for me, because if that's the case, then I can't care for anybody. On top of that, it takes away the shock value of me being surprised. Oh my god, this person died. I can't believe it. No, it's more just, oh, that guy died. It's basically a show full of red shirts. If you don't know what red shirts is, think of Star Trek. Have you ever noticed when somebody has a red shirt, they always die and nobody cares? It's pretty much like that. It's just a show full of red shirts, and that's not a show that, it's my cup of tea. I appreciate for what it is, but I don't know. It's just something I don't want to watch, nor do I even care about. Alright, next question. If you were a superhero, would you join the Justice League or the Avengers? Right off the bat, I would have said none. I would be like Spider-Man, where I'm doing my own thing. But if I really, really had to join a team, it would have to be the Avengers, because I feel like you have more freedom when you're with the Avengers. Don't get me wrong, you can do your own thing in any team. You can. It's just that I feel like Justice League is more strict, which is fine. I personally am okay with that. It's just, for me, I'd rather have more leeway. I'd rather have more freedom, and the Avengers, I feel like, provides that. On top of that, they provide you financially. Since when have you heard the Justice League providing you financially? No, seriously. I mean, I remember back then, in this comic book series called Animal Man, where he joined the Justice League. I think it was International, not, Justice League, or maybe the JSA, I can't remember, but it was an aspect of the Justice League that he joined, and he mentioned that he gets some monetary value out of it, but they don't really support him financially 100%. He still has to do his own thing. And I find that kind of, I don't know, I find that kind of odd, especially since the Avengers, they support you 100%. For God's sakes, they give you a credit card that you can use to buy money, and even it's a cell phone as well. I mean, come on. Come on. On top of that, I feel like the Avengers got more variations. They got Young Avengers, they got the Uncanny Avengers, they got the Avengers, the regular ones. They got Avengers AI, Avengers Uncovered. This is just going by series, by the way. I don't read a lot of Marvels, so I don't know 100% about the Avengers. I'm just going by what I've seen and heard about so far. They also got Captain America's Avengers, which is, you know, Falcon taking up the mantle of Captain America. Yes, I know Captain America died. Don't worry, he's going to be back in like a year or so. I give it. While Justice League has Justice League Dark, Justice League International, Justice League, or not Justice League, just JSA, I think. And that's pretty much it. The Avengers got more varieties, so I would pick the Avengers over Justice League, which is odd because I'm not a Marvel person, but hey, preference, right? Okay, next question. Do you think Raven should get a push in the comics because Firestorm, B-leveled character, actually I think he's a little bit lower than that, but who cares, has a major push in Future's End, so maybe Raven should get one as well due to her major fan base, whether it will be the animated series, cosplay, fan art, fan fiction, etc. Okay, before I talk about Raven, let me just say that Firestorm is not the only one who got a major push. Mr. Terrific got a tremendous push, especially if you read Future's End, Earth 2 World's End, and Earth 2 the comic book series. You'll probably know what I'm talking about. But enough about Mr. Terrific. So, Raven, should she get a push in the comics? Yes and no. Yes, only because I want to see more variety in her villains or people who are against her other than her father. It seems to me that every time there's a storyline about Raven, if it's not about her father, then it's not about Raven. And that's pretty sad for a character who is seemingly OP, right? I'm sorry. To this day, I still say Raven is the most, not boring, but the most laziest character. And the fact that she has a major fan base is shocking to me. Then again, I'm part of the fan base, so maybe I shock myself. Doesn't matter. But yes, I want to see more from her. I want to see more villains against her other than her father or any aspect of her father, like the her brothers or something. I just don't want Trigon at all. Just have somebody else. Seriously. Enough about Trigon. Somebody try to be a threat to Raven or something. It gets boring whenever it's about Raven and then, oh, it's some aspect of Trigon that is threatening her life or something. It's stupid. But at the same time, I say no because I feel like, and this is true to certain characters, whenever they receive the spotlight or they shine, or they got a major push, chances are it might destroy the character, or it might ruin the character for you, especially if you grew up to a certain aspect of the character. I mean, look at the majority of the characters from the New 52 that people don't like. So, yeah, I'm afraid of that, but who knows, maybe it turned out to be good. I mean, Green Arrow got a major push, Aquaman got a major push, and it turned out to be good, so maybe it could be the same thing for Raven. Also, I just want to point out that Raven got a major push in the Injustice comic, even though I really don't like the Injustice comic. And by that, I mean the video game story, not the comic book story. In the comic book story, she got a major push, but in the video game, But like I said before, in that series, she got a major push, and it turned out to be better. I like her in Injustice, even though there's a lot of shit I don't like in Injustice, the comic book series, but yeah. That's just another example of the push that she received. So who knows, maybe they might give her a push in here in the New 52, but it's whatever. Hope I answered that question. Okay, next question is, what is your favorite genre in terms of movies and games? Okay, for movies, it has to be horror, sci-fi, action-oriented, comedy, and by comedy I mean just regular whatever comedy. And I think that's pretty much it. Let me see. I'm trying to think of other genres. Suspense, mystery, and that's pretty much it. For video games, it has to be action, adventure, RPG. I do have a soft spot for racing, except there hasn't been a lot of good racing games out there. I mean, I played The Crew, it's just, I I love horror games, except the types of horror games that is the jump scare kind, which is why I will never play Five Nights at Freddy's. I've seen the videos, I've seen the Let's Plays, they're all garbage because the game is just there to give you jump scares, and to be honest, that's not scary, okay? That's just shocking. There's a difference between shocking and scaring. Let me see what else. I think that's about it. Oh, sci-fi games, of course. I do have a soft spot for sci-fi games as well. And I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it in terms of genre. Okay, next question is, do you think Red Robin shouldn't be the only survivor of the Teen Titans in Future's End, and there should at least be one or two more? Yes, yes, infinitely yes. The way how they died was the most stupidest thing I've saw throughout the entire event. Seriously, throughout the entire event. I mean, first off, the way how Red Robin described how they died was more graphic than what we saw. I mean, he literally described saying that he felt pieces of Wonder Girl's brain in his hands. I mean, for Christ's sakes, that's just too much. And what we saw was, oh no, we're fighting some archdemons, or parademons, not archdemons, parademons, and we're losing, and then all of a sudden I'm on the floor, the last person alive, while my team is surrounded by their own blood and shit. Oh god, how exactly did they die again? Especially since you have Raven, who, whenever you try to attack her, it just phases through, and this was proven in the Superboy comic book series when they introduced Janelle, and he tried to attack Raven, it just phases through her. If she can do that, why can't she do... Actually, that raises a lot of questions now, but if she can do that to John-El, why can't she do it with the parademons? Or what, does she need Trigon's help for something? The fuck? On top of that, the way how they died was so unbelievable. Seriously, was so unbelievable. They didn't even show how they died. They just show... One panel shows them fighting, then the next panel is just them on the floor laying in blood. Really? Really? So yeah, I highly believe that Red Robin shouldn't be the only survivor. In fact, I think everyone should have survived. But hey, it's whatever, right? It's comics, comic book logic. Okay, next question is, do you own any next generation consoles? No, I don't. Currently right now, no. But if I do wanted to own one, I'll own most likely the PS4 because the free-to-play games, the infamous Second Son, and pretty much because I like Sony to this day. Yeah, believe it or not, I still like Sony. Next question is, will you play Alien Isolation or Dying Light when it comes out? Okay, just want to point out that Alien Isolation already came out. So, yeah. Have I played that game before? Yes, I have, but not enough for me to do a walkthrough because I haven't really gotten that far. On top of that, I think something was wrong with my computer at the time I was playing it, so by the time I got fixed, I kind of, you know, lost my interest in playing the game. It's not that it was boring, it's just, you know, I haven't played it for a certain period of time that I just lost interest. As for Dying Light, yes, I will play it when it comes out. Will I show it on YouTube? Yes and no. It just depends, it really does. And it also depends on what system I'm getting it. Since it's not coming to PS3 or Xbox, chances are I'm just going to get it on PC. But if I have the PS4 by that time, then I'll probably do it on the PS4. It just depends. Next question is, what do you think about the current mess of the gaming industry is in currently? Honestly, I don't know what to say. It's quite sad, really, that we still live in a world where companies are producing products that are unfinished. That companies are taking parts from the product and selling it separately, which is aka DLCs. I remember back then DLCs used to be a good thing. Now it's just laughable and downright stupid. On this DLC, taking parts of the game and selling it as a DLC. Whatever happened to, you know, completing certain aspects of the game, and I think they reward you with costumes. Now they just cut that out and put it as separate DLCs. Seriously? I don't know. I really don't know what to say. So, my thoughts on it, they're creating themselves situations that could easily be avoidable. That's pretty much all I gotta say about the gaming industry. And I hope, I pray actually, that they turn around, because it seems to me that they're just becoming more stupider and stupider as the months go by. Next question is, have you ever played Brutal Doom? It's a mod from Doom 1 and Doom 2. I highly suggest you check it out, and it isn't hard to install at all. If it's for PC, then yeah, I'll check it out. I haven't played it yet, so yeah, thanks for the recommendation. Okay, next question is, if you were given a chance to create a character for DC Comics, what would the character be? What would his or her name be? What will his or her personality be like? Will he or she be human or from another planet? He or she can be from a made-up planet as well. Oh, okay. So, there's two things I just want to say. One, I can't answer this question because I really don't want DC to create my character. Or at least, I don't want to create my character that will be published from DC Comics, given the fact that they would most likely take ownership of that character instead of me, given their history. And two, I wouldn't answer this question in this video because I'm afraid somebody's going to take the idea away from me, and I don't want that to happen, so I am sorry, and I deeply apologize. I'm pretty sure you really want me to answer this question. Maybe, maybe not. I really don't know. I'm not you. So, I apologize if I didn't answer this question, but you know the reasons. I can't. I just can't. Okay, next... Actually, this is the last question. Okay, and this person said... And the last question that you might WTF at is this. Who, man? You actually forgot the question mark, so it's not a question. Yeah, it's not a question until you put a question mark, so... Thank you for the statement? Question mark? Okay, that's pretty much it for the Q&A. If you guys enjoy this, give it a like if you want to. My name is Bizkit Rebellion. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.